Well, today marks 1 month into Operation Epic Fury, and tonight American troops are in the line of fire. Iranian strikes wounding at least 15 more U.S. service members, some seriously, at a U.S. airbase in Saudi Arabia. As President Trump pushes back his deadline to strike Iran's power plants, he is telling the nation that despite increasing attacks from Iran, they are begging to make a deal to end this conflict.
They're being hit so hard, anybody would be negotiating. They are negotiating. They're begging to make a deal.
Iran, however, insisting that no negotiations are taking place. As we enter 1 month into Operation Epic Fury, the U.S. owning a tactical and military advantage. CENTCOM confirming more than 11,000 targets, more than 150 Iranian vessels struck. Well, now a new group is joining the conflict in support of Iran, the Houthis, the longtime proxy group for the Iranian regime, launching multiple strikes against Israel from Yemen. Meanwhile, reinforcements are arriving today. 3,500 Marines aboard USS Tripoli, prepared for whatever the next phase of this conflict calls for. NewsNation is on the ground across the globe tonight. Washington correspondent Hannah Brandt live at the White House, but we begin with international correspondent Joe Khalil live in Doha, Qatar. Joe.
And Natasha, as you mentioned, 3,500 more service members on their way. They have arrived, these Marines. Now, remember, that is not going to be the last tranche of soldiers. We've also got the 82nd Airborne that's expected to send a couple of thousand more on top of the ones that are already here and those Marines who just arrived. So as the buildup continues, we have new numbers now in terms of that strike on a Saudi Arabian airbase that service members were injured. Initially, the number was 10. We can report today the number is at least 15 American service members who were injured. And the New York Times is reporting that that number could actually be closer to 24. Some minor injuries, others more major, several TBI, traumatic brain injuries, reported there. Meantime, the U.S. continues its strikes inside of Iran. President Trump continuing to say that negotiations behind the scenes are working. But he has, remember, delayed that a deadline for the Strait of Hormuz, for the Iranian strikes that he says he promised on Iranian power plants if Iran did not release its grip on the Strait of Hormuz. As that delay is happening, some news today on the Strait, which is that 20 more ships passed through with the permission of Iran. That is according to the Pakistani foreign minister, someone who has been trying, Natasha, to be a mediator between the U.S. and Iran. So that, according to the minister, is a sign that progress is moving in the right direction when it comes to these peace talks. However, it's also a sign that Iran still remains firmly in control of who is allowed to pass through the strait and who is not allowed to pass through.
And Joe, Iranian strikes seem to be getting more intense rather than less. What does this say about the negotiations supposedly happening behind the scenes?
Yeah, it's the same story as the American strikes, which seem to also be getting more intense and more of an American buildup. On the Iranian side, you are seeing just overnight some 20 Iranian ballistic missiles intercepted by the UAE's defense. 37 drones. That is a high volume. And then you've got this new front in Yemen, the Houthi rebel group striking for the first time inside of Israel in this war. They've been a longtime proxy of Iran, but they haven't entered this conflict until just now. So you put all of that together, and then you've also got yet another Iranian strike on an airport in Kuwait, a fuel tanker igniting fire because of an Iranian drone. So even as these negotiations, according to the president anyway, continue, and the president framing them as being successful and in the right direction, you've got the strikes, you've got the combat continuing to escalate really from both sides, as well as the Iranian proxies in this war so far, Natasha.
Yeah, 3:06 a.m. in Doha, and Joe Khalil live there for us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.